Hello, this is Dave for That's Us Gaming, and welcome to Dave's Ramblings, where I basically talk your ear off about things I find interesting. Now today I wanted to have a little chat about Battle Royale. Now, Battle Royale is not something new. In fact, I guess as technology and consoles and stuff has advanced, it was a natural progression of multiplayer as we know it really, but albeit with a few tweaks from the normal formula, you know, dropping in find your own weapons as opposed to like spawn points, etc. Now, my problem lately is the shoehorning of it into games now, as if it's an expected mode that everyone is yearning for. And the problem with the genre is you need a high player base to keep up the games. I mean, the more you split that player base, the more you have to rely on bots to fill the gaps. Now, Battlefield 5 has announced a Battle Royale mode, simply called Royale. Black Ops 4 has forsaken its single player for a Battle Royale mode, which is surprising because, I mean, Call of Duty to me was, even though it was very arcadey and I wasn't a big fan, it always had that cinematic, high budget single player experience. Whilst not always fantastic, you could see they'd put a lot of effort in. So for that to be completely gone is a bit of a head scratcher to me. And yeah, not to mention, I mean, you've got games that have tried to take a slice of that juicy Fortnite pie. Games like PUBG, Realm Royale, Radical Heights, may it rest in peace. The Culling 2, may it rest in peace. And I mean, there's a fucking million other asset flips up on Steam at the moment. But these are all relying on 100 plus players a game. And relying on 100 plus players a game is just setting up for failure if you're going to go up against popular established brands like Fortnite. I mean, even PUBG, which was, you know, you would either in two camps, you would either Fortnite or your PUBG. Even PUBG is struggling on console and Steam. But funny enough, in a strange turn, the mobile version is not only insanely popular, but reports say it's also less buggy and it relies less on bots due to the massive player engagement. I mean, whether this will change when Fortnite is released on Android remains to be seen, but still, at least something different is coming out. But anyway, this whole this copycatting thing of shoehorning things in the gaming industry is not anything new. I mean, this has been a case of anything you can earn, I can earn more for years. I mean, we've seen it now as far back as adding online competitive multiplayer to anything they could, even if it didn't require it. BioShock 2. I mean, when you look at the past and current generation of consoles, you see the trends show up when something starts to make money. That's when they decide to just shove something in there. I mean, you look at what they've added before. They've added online competitive multiplayer to everything. DLC was making money, so shoved DLC into everything. Microtransactions were getting there after the mobile market. Now you've got your season passes. Online co-op, which pretty much was the death as well. That and microtransactions were the complete fucking death of Dead Space after the hideous fucking Dead Space 3. And then you're following now into your loot boxes and where we are now with the Battle Royale. Now, I'm mainly bringing this up because Battlefield is not a small game. It does require a lot of players anyway. But now you have to split those players again into several different fucking playlists. I mean, they already were split between, and there were several dead playlists. But you've got several different classic game modes and 100 player Battle Royale. Now, if you flip that up with the fact that the Washington Journal, or the Wall Street Journal, sorry, I think it was, said that Battlefield 5 pre-order numbers were low. or weak, I should say. That's what they described it as, was weak. Then where are these players going to come from? I mean, I can just see it being set up to fail. If you get my mean, I mean, I'd be honest with you, I don't think a lot of people were happy with the Battle Royale mode being announced. There was the controversy with the female on the box. There's the fact that I believe the release date for it is between Red Dead Redemption and Call of Duty. So already, to start with, there doesn't seem like there's going to be as big a player base as there was previously. I mean, don't get me wrong, if this works, then fair play, all power to them. But I just cannot see that many players, especially considering it's split over 3 different platforms. You've got your PlayStation, you've got your Xbox, and you've got your PC, and there's been nothing concrete on crossplay. A lot of people on several different forums reckon there's going to be crossplay between the PC and either PlayStation or Xbox, but maybe either or, maybe both, but certainly not Xbox and PlayStation as we've seen before. So again, as I say, there's that dwindling player base. It seems like once you take all these players, split them between 3 consoles, split those 3 consoles into various playlists, it just doesn't seem like there's going to be enough to make a Battle Royale mode worth it, unless you don't mind playing against bots. I mean, similarly, there's no evidence of crossplay on Black Ops 4, which means it could share a similar fate, especially considering the lukewarm reception that the last 2 games have had. Now, as I say, I could be completely wrong, and I usually am, let's be fair. I'm not an analyst. I'm not a fucking video games journal or anything like that. I'm just a guy who sticks his thoughts on a piece of paper and ends up fucking ignoring the paper half the time anyway. But I just think that this shoehorning Battle Royale modes into games and trying to take on, unless you're going to bring something new to the table, there is no point whatsoever. Just leave them have at it and try and develop your own moneymaker. And don't use underhanded things like fucking loot boxes and stuff like that. Just think of your own hook. You know, maybe a new game mode or something like that. It could be the next most insanely popular thing. You don't know. I mean, maybe on Battlefield you could have some sort of map editor or something like that, where you all, you know, one person has to edit the map before they roll out or something like that. You know, just something completely out of the fucking box. Not, oh, I know, this is working well for Fortnite, let's do it, you know. But as I say, I could be wrong, but it doesn't look good. But thank you very much for listening. Again, anything you want me to discuss, please put in the comments. I mean, I'm always looking for new topics, because as it stands, I just go on Google, flick through, and sometimes I don't find anything at all, and that's when I start to panic. But yeah, any suggestions, please just leave in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It does mean a lot to us. And thank you very, very much for listening. Bye.